All right, let's dive right in, and we're going to configure with our root account that we've set up for our new AWS account, and we're going to set up a minimum credentialed user to be able to perform all the actions that we're going to do as part of Course 3. So, first things first, let's log into AWS, and here we are, already logged in. And we're going to go into the Identity Access Management console, and we're going to click on Policies, and we're going to click on Create Policy. Let's select what service it's going to be able to do, and we're going to first set up for EC2. Now let's give it the action level it's able to perform, and let's set it to all resources. And we're going to also configure it to be able to talk to S03. Let's set all actions. Set the resource to all resources. Now this is just for this specific development environment. For your production environment, you will definitely want to lock down what actions it's able to perform, preference on read only, and then in terms of resource, only give it access to those resources that it absolutely has to use, because you want to adopt a minimum security model. So we're going to click on Review Policy, and I've already created the policy, but you will click on Create Policy. So I need to click Cancel here. Next, we're going to look into groups. So let's click on Groups on the left-hand side here, and click on Create Group. Type a group name. We have this very convenient filter here where we can set just a customer managed. We'll select a policy. Click Next. You're going to click Create Group. I will click Cancel because I've already created this group. Next, we're going to go to Users. Click Add User. Type a username. And we're going to want both programmatic access and console access. We're going to select our group. Click Next Step. Let's give it a tag. It's highly advisable to use a lot of tags based on important metadata for whatever specific user or resource you're talking about. So we're just going to say Department IT. So you will click Create User. I'm clicking Cancel because I already have the user. OK, now we have our IAM policy fully configured and set up with our new user. So let's log in with that new user, and then we're going to proceed to configure a new instance. So I'm already fully logged in with my new user, and I'm going to go into the EC2 section and make sure that I'm in Instances, and I will click Launch Instance. Let's filter it down. We just want the Ubuntu 1804, and make sure that you're in 64-bit x86, because that's the only one which will give you the free tier. We're going to select a T2 micro instance, and we're going to configure it, accept the defaults here. We're going to skip storage. We'll add just one tag. Set the name to Jenkins. And now this is one of the most important steps. We want to make sure that our service is set to MyIP. And this is because we want to only give yourself access from your local IP address. People scan the internet 24 hours a day for new instances that are coming online on AWS and a bunch of other networks, and then attempt to compromise those hosts. So you don't want to be one of those people that has their host compromised. But also be aware that if your network changes, if you go to a library or a cafe and you suddenly have a new IP address, new public-facing IP address, you'll need to update this from your AWS console as well. We're also going to add access to a custom TCP. This is the port of the Jenkins console, which uses Java, and their default name convention is 8080 for a port 80 style application. We're going to set that to my IP, and we're going to click Review and Launch. And you're going to click Launch. I'm going to click Cancel because I already have this running. And we can go about moving on to our next step of installing Jenkins onto that EC2 instance.